Welcome back to ICCCon. I'm Matt.
And I'm Ashley.
And we have our first guest, Guy Gilchrist. Thank you so much for joining us on the stage.
Well, it's wonderful to ruin it for everyone else. So this is great.
We start with the best. So he's a cartoonist, publisher. He's worked with Jim Henson. He's got such an amazing background in history. I know we have a little short time on this stage, but I want to start with, I want to know if this is true. I was told that not only did you get to meet the late, great Ronald Reagan, but some of your work is in the Smithsonian. Is this true?
Well, I did not get to meet Ronald Reagan.
So you didn't get to meet him?
No.
Okay.
I was guest of honor at the 1984 White House Easter celebration.
Oh, wow.
And President Reagan and Nancy were over in Reykjavik. You know, they were ending nuclear war, and let's hope that sticks with what's going on right now.
Amen
And
to
pray
that.
to God. So then Vice President Bush and Barbara were our hosts, and I have to tell you that became a lifelong friendship between us that lasted until they both passed. I miss them very much. It was a very meaningful thing, and but a month or so later, after we got back from the White House, I got a letter from First Lady Nancy Reagan, and she said, "Well, you're now an American treasure, and we're putting your artwork in the Smithsonian."
Oh, I can't imagine. That just gives me chills
Incredible.
thinking about that.
And so well deserved. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how you
influential.
can, I don't know how you can deserve any of that kind of thing. Honestly, it's like, you take nothing and you draw on it and you turn it into something, but you never ever in your wildest dreams think of stuff like that.
Well, it's because you turned it into something, but then you gave it to all of us
Mm-hmm.
and influenced our lives, our childhoods, and
Well,
still
thanks.
to this day.
But that's my gig. It's really like my joy. Like when I was a kid and I found out that I could, draw a picture and make a friend, that was a total rush for me, and that was really the push for me to do everything that I've done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like at these cons and stuff, actually getting to meet people, because when you're chained and very happily,
Yeah.
to the drafting table for 50-some years,
Yeah.
you don't really get a chance to meet people except when you're on a media tour, book tour, whatever.
Yeah.
And so doing these things is like, it's so cool, and to be able to draw stuff for folks right there. It's neat,
Absolutely.
man.
Do you have a recent book that's come out, or?
Yeah. Well, I'm working on one that I can't discuss. I've always been really good at that too. I think that's why I got to work for like Disney, Warner Brothers, MGM, UA, all at the same time. Yeah. All at the same time, because it's like, be quiet about this. Yes, but yeah, there's a book that came out last year. Two books came out. There's a brand new book called "Magical Creatures Make Bad Pets."
Oh, wow.
And it's all fantasy creatures and stuff like that, and a very fun story, and that's on Amazon every place. And then if you're real fans and you remember Mud Pie, the comic strip and the children's books and all of that, we put out a book with Next Chapter Post on 40 years of Mud Pie comics and comic strips and all that stuff, and that came out last year too.
Oh, wow.
That is awesome.
So be sure to look for that. And you said your book is on Amazon? and
Yeah,
other publishers?
everything's everywhere. Yeah.
Everything's everywhere.
Well, you said the word that's your joy, and I think that is so evident in your artwork. You know what I mean? Like everything we've seen, it is joy, and it brings joy.
Well, I draw cute. I remember, like, I was at dinner with Burt Reynolds one time, and there was this gal she was from Romania. So all the guys are gabbing about, Romania, isn't it like, Dracula country and all of that, right? And so they got, guy, draw a really, really scary vampire. So of course I drew, the Count, and so Bert goes, yeah, but like if I was in a zombie movie or something, and I wanted you to be like the artist, and and you could really draw scary. I said, Bert, you could have 1,000 headless, bloody zombies, and ask me to draw that picture, and it would be adorable.
Well, that's your niche, right? Like, so
Yeah.
you have to, you have
Yeah.
to make it, keep
I
it
stay
that
in my
way.
lane, man.
Yeah. Well, so many memorable characters. I mean, just speaking for me, like Fraggle Rock, Muppet Babies, stuff like that, stuff that I grew up on. Not to date myself or make anyone feel.
How is dating yourself? I understand it's cheaper.
Well, you know, like dating myself, I get to watch a lot more Fraggle Rock, Muppet Babies, stuff like that, even at this age. No, so, but like to lead those characters with those memorable faces, memorable personalities, stuff like that, stuff you get to be a part of, that you will always be a part of, long past our days. Like this, like at the end of the day, when you are closing up shop and you're sitting there with yourself, like how does that feel to know that you are a part of millions upon millions of lives?
Unbelievably, honestly, it's humbling to have been, a part of anybody's life. Is an incredible feeling, because I know that, nostalgia, right, is home. It's like where you feel comfortable. It's what makes you happy. It's that happy, comfortable place for everybody. And I have that too,
Mm-hmm.
And to be a part of that, to be a part of your heart, children's books are friends.
Mm-hmm.
Comic characters and those television shows, the babies and everything, those are friends, and you have those friends, and then and then if you become a parent and grandparent stuff, you share those friends, with the next generation. I knew, I think as all of us did that were working with Jim was changing the world.
Mm-hmm.
It was like peace and love through puppets and cartoons, man. And it sounds like a kind of a crazy notion, but I think we're still doing it.
Yes.
Oh,
Because you have those characters in your heart. So if you have those characters in your heart, and you know what they're supposed to be imparting to you, what they're supposed to be a part of, it's an incredible feeling for me. I never in a million years dreamed, like when I was a little kid, I wanted to work for Walter Lantz. He was the most famous animator, Woody Woodpecker and Chilly Willy and all that. And I thought if I could be one of his army, making people happy. And now, there's been 3 generations or something, I'm so old. Everybody out there listening is like going, why hasn't he taken a dirt nap yet? I know. It's like, that Smithsonian thing. It's like, why I come out to cons? Because when they read I've been enshrined to the Smithsonian, they think I'm like embalmed. So it's like, I have to, it's like I have to come out, and show you that, I'm wearing, a Stetson cologne, not formaldehyde.
Well, I think you came out with a great T-shirt idea that you should have selling at your booth. The Peace, Love, Puppets, and Cartoons. That should be your T-shirt next year.
Yeah, man.
So keep that in mind for the future. I'll buy one. I think everybody here would.
So it's going to be the normal 85-15 split. Yeah,
Right there,
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm. You can tell I've been married a few times, right? That's a split.
Did you have something?
yeah. Did you? So being an animator, being on this side of the drafting board,
Yeah.
do you enjoy that little bit of anonymity, while also
Yeah.
having like a hand in basically the way the world turns?
It's really, being a cartoonist celebrity, I think, is about the coolest thing, because, you're not bothered by, people coming up to you and, asking you for this. And it's like, unless I start, drawing a picture for you on a cocktail napkin in the bar, not everybody's going to line up for selfies, right? It is sort of anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
And the nice part too is that you can be all of those characters. I get to be my own director, all the actors, all the actresses, my lighting person, wardrobe, all of that. And I can go from universe to universe to universe. I can, work on Warner Brothers at the same time that I'm working on, Tom and Jerry for MGM and all of that. So you can sort of jump around too, It is kind of a blast. one of my favorite things to do is like, so you know, like whenever he was like really really bored at the airport, and there's a little kid sitting there like, and they got like nothing going on, right? So you draw him a Ninja Turtle. Here you go. It's like, hey, I just got a Ninja Turtle, and now they really like being at the airport. You know, that's a fun thing to be able to do that kind of thing. You know.
One last question. Do you have any character that you draw that is so automatic that it's just easy for you now, or are they all?
Well, you know, when people ask me to draw them stuff, the magic tricks, you know, the drawing Kermit upside down or something like that. You know, I mean, I've been drawing the characters for many, many years now. But so there's a lot of automatics in there. But when I'm working on the pieces for the stuff that I'm working on, that's for production and stuff, I still go through every single motion the same way that I always have. I've never understood, you know, folks go, oh, you know, you can draw that in your sleep. And by the way, I can. If you come and see me later on, I will be. And I can also do podcasts with two lovely people in my sleep. So I'm old. I nap frequently. But there's a lot of automatics, but when I'm working on the stuff, I never think about what I did before.
Yeah.
I think about, I have this job now, I have to prove myself now. This is the only thing that matters right now. The answer to, do you have a favorite character, do you have a favorite whatever, it's the thing that I'm doing at that very moment. It's the only one that matters. And if you keep that perspective and you try, you know, and some days are diamonds, some days aren't. You know, some days are gold. Sometimes you just paint the rock gold and go, well, here, you know. You know, when you've had deadlines for, I don't know, what, 59 years now? You know, you got a lot of rocks painted gold going, is this okay? But, you know, you just try hard.
Well, before we wake you up from your nap to get you back, I would like to personally thank you for joining us. I'm actually a huge fan. I waited in line for your signature a few years ago before the pandemic, and I got a picture of you and Jim Henson because I'm a huge Jim Henson fan. I followed your work. I love Hanna-Barbera. I love, you know, stuff like that, cartoons,
Yeah.
Jerry stuff, Warner Brothers, all that.
That's very nice of you. Thank you.
I really appreciate what you've done. You've
Come to more of my gigs. There's never a line.
Hey. Yeah, there was that day. But I want to thank you for joining us. Everybody at home, come to ICCCon, meet Guy Gilchrist, who's had probably a huge impact on your life, and you just don't know it yet. Come see his booth. He's up at down the hall. He's up in the front, down the hall to the right. Come to his booth, see his work, get his signature, get a great story. He's an amazing man. You'll be here all weekend?
I will be, unless they toss me.
All right. We're going to make sure they don't toss you. But thank you so much. Come down, meet him. Great guy. Thank you so much. We are ECP. I'm Matt.
I'm Ashley.
We'll see you this weekend.
This summer, saddle up in Smashville as the Music City hosts the hottest party of the summer. WWE SummerSlam Nashville. For the first time ever at Nissan Stadium. A little bit country, a little bit rock and roll, a whole lot of kick-ass. WWE SummerSlam, Saturday, July 30th. Tickets on sale now.